Today we're talking about Dave Chappelle finding himself in some unearned hot water after photos of him and a fan were used to promote a, let's say, highly engaging topic. The MGM Grand protests in Detroit have come to an end after 47 days. US public school districts are turning to virtual tele-help therapy to help cover an ever-growing mental health crisis amongst their students, and more, all in today's episode of the Insight Hour. What is up, Internet? I am so happy to be back and settled in. I know we missed a lot last week, but nevertheless, there's always something new to talk about. But before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed to catch all of our news updates throughout the week. Now, Alice, tell the nice people what we're talking about first.
Comedian Dave Chappelle has found himself unexpectedly in the political spotlight after a selfie with Representative Lauren Boebert was used for a controversial statement on social media.
See, this is why you can't just be taking pictures with people anymore. So, in the world of comedy, Dave Chappelle is like the cool uncle who's always got the best stories to tell at the family gatherings. Picture this, Dave Chappelle, the king of comedy, strolling through the corridors of power of Washington, D.C., probably wondering if he wandered onto the set of a political drama. Reportedly, Dave was there to meet with Delegate Cy Plessette, more or less to discuss current events and, I assume, ways they can work together in the future. Mind you, Dave is an incredibly wealthy person now, and I don't know what conspiracy theories might be popping up out there about what the meeting could be about. I'm gonna say it was probably a rich person looking for rich person things sort of a meeting. Anyways, as Dave was about to leave, he was, and I'm not gonna say ambushed, but he was ambushed by Representative Boebert, along with her sidekick, Pina Luna. Supposedly they wanted a selfie because, you know, that's what fans do. They want to be seen with you. But Boebert, known for her, let's say, unique views, decided to caption the photo with a reference to the whole two-gender debate, nodding to Chappelle's controversial Netflix special, The Closer. If you haven't watched it, it's funny. Like, if you can laugh at yourself. And I feel like we're slowly getting back to the point of being able to do that. Like, it's funny. Watch it. Anyways, the internet did what it does best. It exploded. Fans were up in arms thinking Dave had gone full mask off, donning the red cap, but Chappelle probably thought he was just taking a picture with some fans. Some questionable fans, but again, celebrity. And from what I understand, he's genuinely a nice guy. Well, seemingly a nice guy. Twitter's been up in arms saying Dave had no idea Boebert was gonna go full cringe with her caption. At this point, he's even gone on to joke about it in a little show he did, saying he felt tricked, which, yeah, obviously. Boebert's spokesperson tried playing it cool, stating she's a fan of Chappelle's work, so, you know, fans, like I said. But like, who isn't a Chappelle fan amongst us? Like, be honest with yourself. The man is a legend. The actual fucking GOAT. Like, we'll be lucky to get another one like him. Fight me, I will die on this hill. Chappelle, a true DC native, mentioned he often visits the hill because, hey, he knows people. It's like visiting your old high school, but with more suits and less detention. So what's the moral of the story? Don't trust politicians. No, really, it's just be careful who you take pictures with. And if you do take a picture with somebody, be prepared for it to be used in the worst possible way.
In Detroit, the casino workers of MGM Grand Detroit have successfully ratified a new contract after a 47-day strike, reaching a positive conclusion.
So after a marathon 47 days of picketing, Detroit's most determined casino workers are finally trading their protest signs in for poker chips. Yes, the last of the striking casino workers at the MGM Detroit are finally clocking back in. The casino council announced that the union members voted with the kind of enthusiasm usually reserved for hitting a jackpot to ratify a contract with the MGM Grand Detroit. The deal was struck last Thursday and got the official thumbs up on Saturday. The 5-year agreement covers 1,700 employees, includes an immediate 18% pay raise on average and a $3 hourly increase. I'm guessing if the raise was less than a certain threshold, you got like the $3 raise or something. I could be wrong, but the wording around that confused me a little bit. Anyways, add to that some workload reductions and no hikes to healthcare costs. The workers are saying they deserve it, and who can blame them? It's a long time. They held their ground. So as the dice stops rolling and the cards are finally dealt, it looks like these casino workers have played their hand just right. And another win for team Not All Unions Are Bad.
Next, we're discussing a significant shift in the American education system. Faced with a shortage of in-school counselors, at least 16 of the 20 largest U.S. public school districts are now offering online therapy sessions to millions of students. This move is a response to the growing mental health struggles among American youth.
So here's the lowdown on what's happening in schools across the US. We've knowingly got a mental health crisis on our hands, and some schools are choosing to step their game up. They're going to be offering digital therapy sessions. That's right, online therapy is becoming the new normal in schools. Now, kids dealing with the rough and tumble of school life, you know, bullying, friend drama, you name it. Well, they have a new ally in their corner, and that's all happening in the digital world. Like me. Schools are signing contracts worth over $70 million with teletherapy providers, which, holy crap, that's a lot of money. And also, Where did that money come from? And also, how can we not afford nice things like, I don't know, classroom supplies if we've just got $70 million sitting around? Strange. Anyways, while this is a great step forward in making mental health support more accessible, especially for students in rural and low-income areas, I hated trying to say that, Jesus. It's obviously sparking debate. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it? We can't have nice things anymore. Some are raising eyebrows about the quality of care these fast-growing tech companies could provide. Okay, so it's warranted criticism. I side with them. And let's not forget the competition this creates for hiring school counselors. It's like a double-edged sword. More help, less jobs. The shift to online therapy in schools is a reflection of our times. It's innovative and necessary, but it also opens up a whole can of worms about the quality of mental health care and the future of our school counseling. Like I said though, on the bright side, this move is breaking down barriers to mental health care, making it more accessible for students who might otherwise slip through the cracks. However, we've got to ask ourselves, are we trading quality for convenience? Yes. And what does it mean for the future of traditional in-person counseling in schools? All those jobs are going to be shipped overseas to call centers, just like every single other company does it. But until that happens, I'd say all in all, this is a win for now.
We have an unusual story from Pembrokeshire, where a couple discovered that their garden ornament kept for decades was actually an unexploded 19th century missile. The bomb disposal unit was called in to safely detonate the relic.
Can you imagine just chilling in your garden, admiring your ornaments, then finding out one of them could just have blown you to smithereens? Because that's exactly what happened to Jeffrey and Cyan Edwards in Pembrokeshire, which, sidebar, sounds like a made-up place, like straight up out of A Christmas Tale. I refuse to believe this place is real. So this story can't be real. Anyways, so this couple had an old missile sitting in their garden since 1982, thinking it was nothing more than a cool antique. Turns out it was an unexploded bomb from way back in the 1800s. I'd take that thing to a pawn shop as soon as possible. Like, it's gotta be worth some kind of money. Right. Jeffrey, who's been living on the same street for 74 years, was told this bomb had been there for over a century. Oh, and get this, when the bomb squad showed up and told everyone they might have to evacuate the street, Jeffrey basically told them, no way, we're not leaving our home. If it goes, we go with it. That's some serious commitment to your house. It's giving Titanic? Luckily, the bomb squad found that while the bomb had a light charge, it wasn't likely to have gone off and were able to safely detonate in a nearby quarry. I guess the takeaway is unexpected things lurk everywhere, even in our own backyards, and the important thing is being aware of our surroundings. It's a happy ending this time, but the next person may not be as lucky. And let's think about it. How many more of these unexploded relics are out there, masquerading as harmless decorations, just waiting for the opportunity to royally fuck somebody's day up?
In our last bit of today's news, the U.S. Navy has estimated a cost of $1.5 million to salvage a jet plane that crashed on a coral reef in Hawaii. The Navy is focused on protecting the environment while safely recovering the aircraft.
Alright, so here's a story that's making some waves, quite literally. Dad jokes without being a dad? Not even that old, fuck. Anyways, the US Navy's got a bit of a situation going on in Hawaii. A jet plane, specifically a P-88, that's the military version of a Boeing 737, took a nosedive into the coral reef near Honolulu. And now they're looking at a cool $1.5 million to get it out of there. The plan? They're gonna use this inflatable cylinder to lift and roll this bad boy up off the reef. The jet crashed on November 20th, and thankfully none of the 9 people on board were injured, but the real star of the show is the coral reef. We're talking about an environmentally sensitive spot in the Hawaiian Bay, home to all sorts of marine life. The Navy's already on the move, having removed nearly all of the estimated 2,000 gallons of fuel from the aircraft. And get this, they're hoping to get the jet flying again. I mean, can we start making cell phones out of whatever this jet is made out of? Cause that's a long fucking time to be underwater. And my last phone couldn't even survive a 30-second dip in the toilet, so... Incidents like this really highlight the delicate balance between military operations and environmental conservation, being the complex dance of technology, nature, and big dollar signs that it is. The Navy's commitment to salvaging the jet in an environmentally friendly way is commendable, but I'm not really sure how doable it actually is. I just feel like they're saying words to get the public off their back. Cause let's face it, $1.5 million is a hefty price tag. Sort of makes you wonder how often this sort of thing happens. No, really, I looked and there isn't much public information available on it. So if any of you have a more specific answer or number, let me know so I can give you an update. Infoception. And on that environmentally hostile subject, we're gonna end it. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts on any of today's topics. And until I see you next, stay weird, stay safe, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Most likely foreshadowing. Bye.